What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Music Marketing Meetup. I'm your host, Nardy Global. I wanted y'all to welcome y'all to episode 1. We're going to get into it. Today we're talking about how to build a fan base in 2024. As an artist coming up, an independent artist at that, a lot of us have problems trying to get that fan, especially that super fan. We always hear about, all you need is 1,000 super fans in order to have a career as a musician. But there's really no blueprint to show us how to do that. We got to learn a little bit here and there, different pieces from different people, and then we put together our own blueprint. But me, a little bit of my background, I've been running ads from Facebook, Meta, to YouTube promo, Google ads, Spotify ads. So I know a little bit about running ads and backgrounds. I've even hired influencers to market my music. I've done a lot of that hand-to-hand guerrilla marketing, like being out, passing out business cards, passing out flyers. And the main thing, one of the main things that helped me with success, I would say, is having a consistent marketing budget for the month, shooting 3 pieces of content for each song that I'm promoting, and sometimes even more, like breaking it up. Sometimes I'll shoot a part of the song, like just the verse. Then sometimes I'll have 3 pieces of content for the hook. I have 3 pieces of content for different reasons, and I'll use that, and then I'll market them. Whatever I get a feedback on, and whatever's giving me the best type of content or the best feedback from the audience, then I'll go with that. I'll put my money behind that. So I wanted to go into how I went from 0 views on my video to 15,000 views in less than 30 days, right? And for me, like I said, I probably had a fan base of 600 inactive subscribers on YouTube. So it was built over a number of years. I wasn't really active. I wasn't putting videos out. I really didn't have a following, as you would say. And I see some of y'all coming in the room right now. So introduce yourselves in the chat if you want to call in. We had a number and you want to share your experience of what marketing platforms did you use, whether that be Spotify, whether that be Meta, Facebook and Insta, whether that be Google ads and YouTube promo, whether that be influencer marketing, or whether that be guerrilla marketing, just out hand to hand doing whatever you do. What have you seen success as an artist, and what do you think in 2024 has been valuable for you? We hear a lot about the Spotify promo playlist. We hear a lot about the editor playlist. We hear a lot about running ads, but a lot of us don't know how or where to start. I'm trying to build a community. This is why it's called the Meetup. It's the Music Marketing Meetup. And we talk about, like I said, our experiences using these things. What is our budget when we use these things? And we break it down for the artists coming behind us. So a lot of us, like I said, if you still coming in the room, I see y'all coming in. What's up? Introduce yourselves. But yeah, I'm here. So I want to pin something to the chat. So just so you guys can have that info to come in. If you feel like calling in and you want to speak, we could do that as well. That's always an option. You can use the chat. And, let me just pin this message real quick. Forgive me. Hold on. Take your time. How's everybody's day? As an artist, it's a bit frustrating, man. Especially as an indie artist. In today's time. Why? Because we have so much exposure, opportunities. We have so much platforms we can go to. But if we have it, every artist has it. the average listener is also an artist nowadays because everybody believes that they can be an artist, which I don't knock that. If you want to put content out, do that. But if somebody was saying that I make music because I love it, I've always made music, I'm going to make music regardless of how much I make. You know what I mean? To that person, they can get a little frustrated when they see people that don't take it as serious, don't love it, having way more success than them. So I would just say it's all about perspective, and you got to really sit and ask yourself, well, what are you implementing in your career in as far as marketing to get yourself out there? Because at the end of the day, I know some people hate to hear this, but it is a business and you have to treat it as such. Even if you do it out of love, it should be like a labor of love. You want people and the more people to hear your music. So why not take it serious? Why not put some money behind it? Why not invest in yourself and make sure that others hear your music? I mean, what are we doing it for? If we just doing it to make music for ourselves and play it in ourselves, then why post it online? We could just put it in our iPods, our iPhone, put it in our headphones, walk down the street, and we content with that. And there may be some people and some artists that's content with that, just making music for them, making music for their circle, their friends, and they don't desire more than that. But most artists want to hear themselves within the conversation of the marketplace, whether that be indie, major, whatever. They want to hear themselves and be acknowledged as an artist. They want to be acknowledged more so from their peers than anything. The listener is great, for sure. We definitely want to be acknowledged from the listener, but also our peers, because I feel like music is a collaborative thing. Right? Like at first it's a solo thing. You have to have enough within yourself to get seen in order to make your product, to develop your sound, to do that. That is a journey that you have to go on by yourself. But I feel like the more people get accustomed to your sound, the better developed you become as an artist. The more you release, the more you build your catalog, people will want to reach out to you, especially other artists. You know, consider that as flattering if another artist, another producer hears your music and says, you know what, I see talent there, I want to work with you. Because I feel like if you look in the past, a lot of great music was made in a collaborative process, whether that be from Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, The Temptations, all the way up to, you know, Tupac, or if you want to take it in any genre, soul, funk, rock, all of it is a collaborative process to some degree. Every artist isn't mixing their record. Every artist isn't producing their record, right? It's like even a note, a lyric. Every artist isn't coming in and being the writer. That's why you have hits like from Diane Warren, and then you have Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston wasn't saying, no, I didn't write the song, so I don't want to sing it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so you got to be open and willing to collaborate with other creatives, right? So all of that goes back to, first you got to be heard. And how do you be heard? Marketing, right? Even in the sense of content creation. If you decide, like, I don't want to spend any dollar amount per se, well, then you just have to create good enough content that's going to be seen. And I mean, like, content that goes viral, not thinking from an artist standpoint, but thinking from an entertainer standpoint, right? When you look at the shorts, when you look at reels, and you go to TikTok and you go to Instagram or even YouTube shorts, a lot of the content that gets pushed in that algorithm is comedy based, right? Food based, whether that be like mukbangs, whether that be cooking videos. A lot of them be reaction videos, or, you know, mouthing the sound of something else. So it's a way to play the game as an artist. And it sucks for a lot of people that, because they don't know how to make content. They don't even desire to make content. They just want to do their thing. And they like, I'm an artist. I don't care about the content. It is what it is. I just want to go back to the days of being an artist and be able to make my own music. Those days are long gone, because you have too many people out here that are creating great content, creating great music, and they're running their business. I feel like a lot of people, I don't know, as an artist, I'm able to see this and step outside of myself and say a lot of artists are lazy. Like, they don't care to even compete after a while. They get discouraged. They say, well, nobody's listening. Nobody. at the end of the day, it's just how bad do you want it? If you say you want to be an artist, if you say you want to make content, like I said, it goes back to either you're going to have a lot of money, or you're going to be strategic in what you're going to do, or you're going to be engaging, entertaining, or you're going to have a little bit of both. And that's pretty much where I see myself. I don't have the most money. I don't have the best equipment. I don't have the big studios and the connections. But what I do have is willpower. What I do have is the ability to learn, the ability to try things, create content, whether that be comedy, whether that be anything, show my personality, and do things like this. Host the Meetup, host the music review, host the Hustle and Grind or Hustle and Motivate. Why? Because I'm just trying things to create more content. But this is a part of me also. So it's not like it's outside of me. I'm not trying to do anything. This is just who I am. I naturally have these conversations with my circle. I naturally talk about these things in my everyday life. So I'm just broadcasting and putting it out more. And that's what you have to do as an artist. Whatever you do. Yeah, you may be an artist, but maybe you want to talk about your 9 to 5, whatever that may be. Let's say you're a lawyer, but you like doing music. Well, you can give some legal advice on the side, make a YouTube channel, and then, hey, you know what? I'm also an artist. Tie that in, and now you merge those communities, and you carve out a niche for yourself that no one else has seen. No one else thought about doing that, because that's the thing. If you be unique and you just do what comes natural to you, everything else will flow. You don't have to worry about the likes, the comments. All of that will come because you naturally love it. It doesn't feel as if it's a job, it's something tedious. So you're willing to do it, work at it, and get better at it. And consistency in producing content is what gets your channel out there, what gets your music out there, what gets your views out there. That's how you build a fan base in 2024. Content. You ever heard the phrase content is king? Yes, content is king. You have to continue to produce content. Your content is similar to your catalog of music as an artist. So artists fight so hard to want to retain their masters or want to have their control of their catalog, especially if it's valuable, because that's where the value lies. That's where the leverage lies, right? As far as for syncing, as far as for publishing, as far as getting royalties and how you delve the music out. Having control of your catalog as an artist is the best position you can be in. Well, that's the same thing as a content creator. You want to be able to have control of your content and be able to push out and build it up over time, that you have so many quote unquote hits, because those hits can bring advertising dollars, sponsorships, collaborations, and just awareness, brand awareness. Simple. Just back to the core principle, building that fan base. And then you tap into that fan base, get from fans, you get supporters, right? And from supporters, you get super supporters or super fans, if you will, right? So a lot of people talk about that super fans and how do you get 1,000 super fans? It goes back to, once again, the biggest thing is you have to be consistent with content, and you have to find some way to get your music out there or your art or whatever it is you do. And I want to break down what I've been able to do. Like I said, I went from 0 plays to 15,000 views on my video in less than 30 days. So I want to break that down for you guys. And if anybody else has anything to offer for the conversation, please put it in the chat. If you want to call in and speak on what you've been able to do, you can put it in the chat. I'll be here. I just pinned something in the chat, so you should see it. Okay. This is the number you can call in. If you want to speak, there you go. All right. So let's talk about it. Okay, give me a minute as I pull it up. Okay, how do I show you guys my screen? And once again, guys, bear with me. I'm just starting this thing off, but that's the thing. I'm not afraid to fall or what you would see, show my behind the scenes or whatever. We just starting out, man. So, hey, it is what it is. Let's get into it. All right, here we go. So this is the screen that you'll have once you log into your YouTube account. and you go to your avatar. So if you go to your standard YouTube account, right here where you see YouTube, it'll say YouTube Studio, right? But I'm already here, so okay. This is your dashboard, and it gives you all insight. As you can see, I'm live right now. But if we go to promotions, it allows you to set up a promotion campaign for any of your videos that you have on your channel, right? So I want to show you, like, I first started running shorts, right? I wanted to test it out. I said, okay, I'm spending about $85. I'm gonna run it for like a week or so, and I want to see what kind of results I get. So when I start a campaign, I start for audience growth. Why? Because based on the options that they give, I think audience growth is the most valuable you're going to get. You're going to get video views and you're going to get subscribers. And that's what you want when you're a growing channel. You want the views, but more than that, you want people to be able to have a base you can go to when you release content in the future. So that's why it's important that if you're going to set this up through the promotion tab in the studio, I would recommend going with audience growth. So like I said, I started with 85, 86, and I was running these two shorts at the same time. So this was like an A and B comparison. The reason that I did that is because I wanted to see what content would boost, what content would just naturally grow. So these pieces of content, when I posted them, were getting views organically, right? So that's why I chose these two. That's another thing. When you post your content, look at your information before you decide to run a promo campaign and see what is just naturally going on its own before any boost comes into it. Then you decide, okay, let me get about 2 to 3 pieces. I think 3 is better. But if you can get 2 to 3 pieces of content, that way you can ABC and see which one is going to go. And then from there, you may decide to do another round, or you may decide to say, okay, I'm going to just go with this content and did the best. Okay, so I went with the shorts. I said, okay, I like the results. I got about 63 promo subscribers, 49 from this one, right? So roughly about 100 and something. And the promo views, I got this. But then I said, shorts aren't really known or a good measure to bring in subscribers. That's what long form content is when you're on YouTube. I never really subscribe off of shorts. It's one of those things where it's like instant gratification. So when you're watching it, you're just scrolling. Maybe you click on the creator and you're like, oh, I like his content, whatever. Then you go back to shorts and you keep going. But rarely do I actually subscribe or really lock in with a person just scrolling on shorts. It has to be like long form content. And usually if it's long form content, that means I'm on my desktop, I'm on my tablet, I'm somewhere stationary where I'm actually watching YouTube videos, which actually gives me a better chance of subscribing and reviewing the channel. So that's why the next one was, I did this music video and I did this music video, and I split 2 shorts again. See, and these were like fan promo reactions. So I wanted to see, okay, maybe I can do a challenge. Maybe the challenge will get people up and saying like, oh, it's a short, get some promo on that. As you can see, I got no subscribers, right? I cut this campaign short, and that was the benefit of running a campaign on YouTube or any type of ad platform. If you see that you're not getting the results, you don't have to let it run the length of the campaign. You could just shut it off, as you determine like, okay, this isn't working. So I paused this campaign. I let it expire. I paused both of them. I wasn't getting subscribers. But I saw that this campaign started to grow. And I saw that I was getting a number of followers, and I ended up paying less between this campaign and that one. So I said to myself, this is the one I'm going to boost, right? And it was more of the video also. I thought it was more relatable based on the original content, right? Amazon worker going through their day, complaining about working a 9 to 5, wanting to travel the world. That's more relatable content. The visuals are there. It's like follow me throughout my day. So the way it was shot, the quality of the content itself, the direction, the sound of the song, All of those were positives. And that's why I decided to stick with that campaign. And when you have a song or video, whatever your piece of content is, you got to make sure it's checking those boxes, right? Was it organically getting views before you decided to even enter it into the promotion? Okay, once you entered it into the promotion, how did it do? Did you have to retarget? What was your setup, right? The benefit of running a campaign through YouTube is you don't have to be as hands-on as you would if I was to run this same campaign in Google Ads. So I'll show you something, right? So basically, Google Ads is the, I would say, owner of YouTube. As you can see, I'm not running any ads right now. I paused it for, not just for the video's sake, but this allows you to be way more in depth when you're starting a campaign. So if you are not an expert in running ads, if you don't have experience, maybe you've ran ads on Facebook ad manager through Meta, maybe you've ran ads through Spotify, and you understand what it is to go through an ads manager, then I would say, okay, a lot of the language is similar, right? Are you trying to get sales, leads, website traffic, awareness, and consideration? So all of these, like, for example, if you're starting on here and you say you want to go through YouTube, they'll set it up for you. And it'll be very technical as far as age, area, interest, what is your goal. All of these things are way more in depth when you go through Google Ads. The benefit of running it through YouTube promotion is it simplifies it for anyone. So when I go into, and I'll show you guys that while I'm here, might as well, right? So it's only 3 goals you could choose from: audience growth, video views, website views. Simple, right? You're already on the platform, your video's already there, so you could start from there. And like I said, audience growth, because why? You get more subscriptions and views of additional videos on your channel, right? So if you specifically have a goal of like, I just need views for this video and the most videos, then you just go with video views, right? And if you want to convert, right, from YouTube over to your website, maybe you're selling a product and you need them to click, or you need people to sign up for leads, then you go to website visits, right? But me, I actually want to build a community and retain them on YouTube for, like I said, my future releases. And I also want additional videos on the channel to get views. So this is why audience growth is the best. Then it says, which video do you want to produce or promote? Sorry. So right here, I have all my videos. It'll find your videos. So let's just say I just pick a song like this one, and it shows you what it looks like, right? So if you wanted to edit the headline in the description, you could, but I believe you should leave it as it is because it's more natural. This is what it was when you put it up, and right now you're trying to simplify the process. You're not writing copy. This is just easy, simple, and it appears like this when someone's on their phone, their computer, their tablet. So it looks organic. That's what you want. You want people to see it and see, okay, it's good, especially if it's got views. If it has that little number next to it or showing that it's getting views, that's great. So as of right now, it asks you who will see your promotion, and you have the ability to say it's not as detailed here, right? But the thing about promotion is the analytics will determine the correct customer. So they'll look at your past video views, they'll look at who's responding to the content that you're promoting, and then it will adjust. And that's why I like promotion, because all you have to do is just put the country, and then it'll find whoever is meant to be found, or whoever is more likely to be a fan or a listener or engage with your content, right? You don't have to do so thorough, in-depth of a review as if you were to go through Google Ads. Like I said, it's very in-depth, And this is just the first page. I don't want to get into that as of right now because I'm currently not even running ads. But if I go and we say continue, this thing is going to go, what's your budget, right? So, for example, it gives you the control. Like I ran a past campaign. You see how detailed I was? I was going city by city. And I used the metrics based off of a lookalike artist. And then I used that and I said, well, let me target to these cities, these countries. And yeah, the results vary for me, right? I'll be honest, I got way more subscribers and signups just going through promo. So this is why I decided to just go this route when I'm promoting. But when we go to advanced targeting, it says what language. So I always put English. Even though we're in the United States, you know, people speak multiple languages in this country. So is you want to be as detailed as possible. It's not a lot. So, I mean, come on, guys. You don't have to be lazy. Let's, you know. So budget. This is always going to vary. And you have a rough estimate of what you're going to see. And keep in mind that a promotion view is not, like they said, counted every time someone clicks to watch your promo. And it's not a total of all your views. So whatever views you have before running promo, whatever organic views you may get through shares, through subscribers that may share your content or whatever, that's not necessarily counted as a promo view. It's counted when someone sees your ad and clicks it. That's the promo view, right? Anything other than that, it's not counted towards your budget or your promo view. So if you happen to get within the algorithm because your video is performing good, yeah, you're going to get that budget spend, but you want people to see it and organically like it to where they want to share it. They want to like, they want to leave comments and engage. They want to come back to it and keep watching it. That's the type of content you want to make. So as a content creator, you got to put your best foot forward and make the best type of content in order to get people to come back, review your channel and watch it. So I'll be honest and transparent here, right? For the past, I'd say month and a half, I've been running $300 every 2 weeks, right? So let's say if it was the 8th, I would run this to the 22nd. And this is a rough estimate of how many promo views I would get. And remember, the promo view is just when someone sees your content and clicks it. But I'll show you what that looks like. Maybe a campaign is done. So they're estimating anywhere between 1,100 to 5,800 views, right? So I'm going to go into a promo that ended. As you can see, I got 1 million impressions. So an impression is when someone sees your content and it doesn't mean that they acted on it or didn't. It just means that every time that your ad was shown, that's an impression. So I got over 1 million impressions. I got around 6,600 promo views. So that means that every time it was seen and someone clicked on it, right? And out of those roughly 6,600, I got about 415 promo subscribers, right, with this campaign. And this was in a matter of 2 weeks. So if you're starting out and you're saying, I just want one person to hear my music, I just want, someone, just think about that when we get those random comments. Someone liked your post, someone shared your post or left a comment. Imagine how that makes you feel. So just imagine now you getting 415 subscribers and 6,600 views and a number of likes and comments which aren't posted on here, but you're getting real engagement. And these aren't bots. You can go to their channels. You can see that, okay, this person looks like they will respond to me. They like this type of music. They even make their own content. So you're getting in the algorithm. You're meeting real supporters, and you're able to build a base, a solid foundation that you can build upon, right? When I started, I said I had roughly about 600 subscribers from like 5 years on the account that I wasn't actively building. So after running these 2 campaigns, which is like within a month time, right, I ended up, if I look at my follower count today, it's at 2,346. So I got about 874 within the last 28 days. And before that, right? So and it also gives you analytics of show you like who's following you, when did they subscribe, what is their follower count. So you could go off and see like sometimes like this guy has 50,000, he subscribed 3,000. So sometimes you get content creators that you never know. It comes across whoever, you know what I mean? It comes across whoever's page, and you start to build a base, right? But just to click, like you can go and you can see like these are actual people. It's not like bots. It's not just, random people. You're getting real people that actually make content, that may do things themselves, and they're engaging and they're sharing your content, and they don't just press you on YouTube. Like they'll respond on your Instagram, maybe your TikTok. You're really getting a response that you may not have seen as an artist. So I would encourage, try YouTube promotion, right? Because I've used Facebook ads, right? And going back to Meta, because of the updates with Meta and everything that they've done, their platform has changed as far as ads. I used to get great results running through Meta. Like back in 2018, 2019, before their updates, Meta was the way to go for me because, or let me say Facebook, right? Because, I don't know, I was able to get great control over it through Ads Manager, and I was pretty much capitalizing it on the YouTube side. So I would set my ad up through Ad Manager on Facebook, but I would really tap in on the Instagram side. I'm sorry. And I saw great returns on that. But after a while, then I started going, okay, let me try something different. Let me switch it up. I was able to see that going to different forums and different things, I saw like, yeah, we're not getting the best views. We're not getting the most return. And it's because of the policy changes of how they market, how they allow you to target. So you always have to be abreast and keep kept up on this thing. And then you got to look at TikTok. TikTok has just changed the way everybody is creating content and marketing to their fan base. So all of these sites come up, and all of these sites have one thing in common. The biggest thing that they have in common is data and client patterns, right? And as an artist, you have to understand data is so important. And if you can understand who likes your music, who listens to your music, where are they from, what is their age, and what do they like about your music, so then you can have a formula. You could say it's a compromise. I like making these types of songs. They like listening to these types of songs the most. Make sure that I always have this type of song in my catalog when I'm promoting something, or a piece of content like merch, or an experience, like maybe hopping on a live call with your fans when your video is about to premiere and you watch it together, have a watch party, or an album release party where you can listen to them, or maybe even pull up on them live if you're in the same hometown, drop off a piece of merch, a t-shirt, and shout them out in your music video beforehand. All of these things to make your experience as an artist unique. Okay? This is what it's about. This is what it's best to be an artist. Right? So that's why I wanted to just make sure I touch on those points. Because the main thing is how to build a fan base in 2024. And the biggest thing is there is no quote unquote right way, but there's definitely a wrong way. Right? We see that the best way is to make catchy, organic content and be consistent. Have a release schedule. If you're an artist making music, have a frequent release schedule that fans could come to appreciate, to know. Oh, every between 14 to 21 days, I'm expecting a new song from this said artist, because they've been on a consistent release cycle, right? I shouldn't have to go look and wonder when they're going to drop. In fact, I signed up to their mailing list, and they've been pretty consistent throughout the year telling me and checking in, hey, I have a song coming out. I got a piece of merch coming with the song as a bundle. I'm going to be in your city. Do you want to link up for a fan meetup? Let's go grab dinner. Let's talk about the album. All of these things, and you offering that experience to these artists. is the best thing you could do because you're personalizing it. You got to think about it. The fan experience has changed in 2024. The way people listen to music, the way people go to shows, the way people consume music. Music really isn't even the selling point for the most part. You have to be an exceptional artist to only be focused on the music or have the big machine behind you. Like a Taylor Swift, a Kendrick Lamar, these artists rarely are, not Taylor, I'm going to say Kendrick. In this regard, their main bread and butter is music, and I will say that, so I can say they are alike in that regard. But when it comes to social media, Taylor Swift is way more involved with social media than a said Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar rarely posts on social media, if at all, right? He's one of those artists that can just go away, come out with an album, announce he has an album dropping, and the world stops. They listen to the music, and it's one of those big moments, similar to like a Beyonce or something. That's what happens when you have that cachet. An artist coming up, you don't even know if you're going to have one listener. It's hard to get a pre-save from somebody. So we don't have that luxury. But I feel like this is the best time to be an artist as well, even though it's the most scary, even though it's the most demanding. I would say it's also the most freeing because if you build the infrastructure, you have the leverage to where you can just partner with your fans in a sense. Let your fans and your supporters be actually those that support you. If you can build the model to where your supporters have a monthly subscriber base, whether that be directly through you, whether that be Patreon, or however you want to do it, right? Or even, I know this is coming down the pipeline, LaRussell has this, but he uses even.biz and he offers a subscription. So his fans can subscribe to content that hasn't been released, to exclusive merch drops, to a bunch of things, and they'll have the ability to tap in and just connect with him. He even has a community chat within there. So if you go to his it's even.biz. If you go to his page, you'll be able to speak to him and his fans, and you have a community of people that support LaRussell. So whether you're in London, whether you're in Japan, whether you're in Oakland, whether you're in Baltimore, wherever you are, you can link with other LaRussell fans and he'll pop in the chat as well. So just think about that. Think about how cool that would have been if you were able to hop on a chat with your favorite artists and people that actually support your artist, and y'all all tapping in with each other from all around the world about whatever. Maybe a new song just dropped, maybe a video just dropped, and you just want to, talk about it. That's a great thing to have. I feel like the more experiences and events and different things you can cultivate to give people that actually support you, the better you are for it. Most people, if you do make music and you do reach a decent audience, they want to support you more than Spotify, more than Apple Music, more than, it's just the way that the infrastructure is set up. It's hard to go directly to the artist because it's more convenient to go to Spotify. It's more convenient to go to Apple Music or Tidal or wherever you stream your music, or YouTube, right? It's more convenient for the listener. So they've become attached to technology. And technology has pretty much become the slave master of creativity, because in order for creatives to get that exposure, they trade exposure for ownership, right? To get paid percentages of pennies per stream just for the chance to have exposure on a large scale and scale up, because it's not a sustainable method or expectancy for an artist to think they're going to be able to make a living if they don't have a large following. It's just not possible. So it's only possible if you build your own infrastructure. And what that is, it's not streaming or this, it's streaming and this. Yes, my music's available on stream. However, I've made it abundantly clear, I don't make the best money on streaming, and it doesn't benefit me to get that stream. So if you are a said fan and supporter, you would have no problem paying me directly for said music. and you can still stream it, but it's just know that this is going directly to me, the artist, which you say you love, which you said makes money, music for you, and you will want to show your appreciation. In fact, I'll do it a step further. You can pay what you want. I'll put a basic monetary minimum, maybe $1, maybe $2. But if you feel you want to pay more than that, by all means. If you feel you just want to pay $1 or $2, by all means. But just know that this dollar isn't broken down into pennies, or percentages of pennies. This is a one-of-one transaction. So one song, $1, right to the artist. I think that's man, I'm trying to find the right word to say this. I think that's undervalued, I would say. I think that's undervalued. I think an artist that can do that and connect and build a community like that has struck gold, right? Because they've been able to cultivate an organic, not only community, but something that they can offer that community. It's a value exchange that is one of one. There's a saying that goes, fair exchange is no robbery. Fair exchange ain't no robbery. So if it's fair exchange, right, because you feel like energy, I got something from this. I listened to the song, I listened to your art, I seen your video, and I got something from this. It made me feel a way. Think about that when you heard your first song, you listened to it and you said, whoever this artist is, I gotta find every piece of content now. When's the last time you heard a song like that just grabbed you? Or a video you saw that just grabbed you? And it was like, I gotta find this artist. Do they have more? What is this? Right? In that moment right there, if that artist had something for sale, a piece of content that was surrounded by that they said, hey, this song really meant this to me. I made it about my mom. I wanted you guys, if anybody else can relate, I got a t-shirt up that goes to this. Do you know how many people would buy that, support that, or donate, tip, whatever that artist would be like, this is incredible. It's that. Having the options that the supporters can have, the more options you have for them to support you, the better off you will be as an artist, the more likely it is that they will have to support you, right? So I want to make sure that when people rewatch this video, I was able to touch on certain points, right? YouTube promo and Google ads, I touched on that. Meta ads manager, Facebook and Instagram ads. So like I said, I'll reiterate that point. For me, I haven't seen the best conversions running Meta ads as of recent. In 2024, I'm speaking. In the past, I have. I don't knock anybody who's still running on the platform. I think there's always value. I think you could change. Maybe my content wasn't performing the best, whatever. But for me, I found what have worked the best was not conversion, not taking me off of Facebook. It was more so conversions for engagements on the post or like pages. Like that was the best engagement I got when I was running ads on Meta. When it actually came to conversions, like taking them off the page, maybe to a lead page or something like that, the conversions were less than stellar for me, right? So, it's hard trying to sell somebody from a cold lead. It's better to get your engagement and your awareness up, and then you could sell once again to a direct consumer. And this is just basic marketing principles. This is the same for any business. This is the same for anything. I mean, it translates in any area of sales. It's better if someone is more familiar with you first to try to sell to them than it is to just go cold. That's called a cold sell, cold lead. And it's very rare that someone commits cold, right? You have to warm them up. They have to know, all right, I know you. I've seen your face enough. There's a saying that they say an average person, it takes about 7 times for them to see your face before they make a sale with you or see your content before they buy with you. So take that with a grain of salt. I don't know how true that is. However, I do know the more that they see you, the more likely they are to engage with you. And this also goes back to how you're performing. Think about this. You're consistent with content. Not that they see the same piece of content. They may see you, but they see 7 different pieces of content. Think about that. They're going to say this artist is working. It is what it looks like. It is what it looks like. I want you to understand that. If you got one piece of content and you're hoping to hit the lottery with that, by all means, so be it. But as an artist, the biggest thing you got to take away is catalog. Build your catalog and keep promoting. Trying to get on a Spotify editor playlist, trying to get a record deal, trying to get in the algorithm and go viral. It's like winning the lottery. That's pretty much what you're saying. You have a mindset of trying to win the lottery, and you got to get out of that mindset. You got to think like, listen, if it comes, it's great, but I'm not going to be dependent on an editor. You know, when I submit songs through my distributor, they give me the option to submit to a playlist as long as I do it within, at the very least, a week. So 7 days at the very least, I have to plan out a release in order to make sure that a Spotify editor listens to my song for consideration for a playlist. And that's what they say, within 7 days. I don't know if they do. I don't know if they don't. They said it's guaranteed they listen. It's sometimes I release songs within a day. I don't care about that stuff. Once I stopped caring about trying to make it perfect, trying to release on a schedule and having them listen to the song, think about this. You're a relative unknown. We know that the record labels own more than 30% of Spotify, and I'm just speaking specifically for Spotify because this is what my distributor offers when it comes to playlists and them listening. So we know the record labels own more than 30%. We know that it's hard for even some signed artists to get on the playlist because everybody's artist is bidding. What is the likelihood that a relative unknown from, I don't know, it's like 60 to 100,000 songs are being released every new music cycle? Like, just think about that. Like, you have a better chance of tapping in with your audience, focusing on what you do best, not going the traditional route and worrying about pre-saves, not worrying about any of those things, right? Build your audience and market to them directly. You can tell them, I have a song coming out without a pre-save. Think about that. What does that do for the fan? What does a pre-save do for the fan, really? What benefit is it for them? For them to know and say, hey, you have a song coming out. Fans don't care. Only drop content when the song is out. That's the best thing to release content. When your song is out, put out a piece of content and be like, hey, out now. Go check it out. Why? Because when someone sees your content, they grow legs. Oh, all right, I like it. Let me listen to the song. But if you put in out a pre-save, if you put in out listen, we got to get out of the mindset of these major labels. That's the way they market their artists. That's the way they do it. And they do it because they have a system and it's hard to get out of the system and they have the budget and they're not determined and worried about it takes this long to do it. They have a system. As an independent artist making content, it's not to mimic what these other artists are doing. It's not. You don't look at them as a real world example. You look at artists that are similar to you that push content out, and the most thing you could say is make content. Any examples in the recent years that have had any similar success started out on a truly organic path, whether you want to say Russ, whether you want to say Nick D, whether you want to say La Russell, whether you want to say anything. I don't care if you say they had connections or whatever. The biggest thing you're going to say is they had a content schedule and they had the catalog. They were consistent for months, for years. That's how you grow your fan base. You need fresh, new content to market. So I'm telling you, run ads. If you see that a video, like for example, I'll go back to the video and show you, right? If I know that I'm making content and I know that this got 15,000 views total, or I'll go to the video in climbing, right? I'm not running ads right now, so the video is going organically, but it's also slowed down, which is okay. I'm fine with that because I'm still producing content. So that means when I turn the ad back on, more people come across my channel, I haven't stopped producing content. So that's just more stuff for them to get down the rabbit hole when they want to see it. And that's the thing about it. You go based on your budget. Maybe you got to slow down because you don't have it this week, right? So 15,000 and counting, right? And I did this pretty much within a month. I released it 1 month, but I really started gearing up, like I said, 30 days ago. And then, like I said, I got a bunch of different things, and I guess somebody shot content with it. Cool, I never even knew that. But I got about 136 comments, 622 likes, and I got about, if I had about 600, so we're getting close to that. I'm gonna say 1,800, around there, anywhere 1,750 to 1,800 new subscribers within 30 days. That's not bad. This means that this video is a go, and this means that I will continue to market this to build my channel. I'm going to use one video to build and hit a milestone, and then I'll continue to go, and then I may decide I'm always market this content, but I'm going to introduce something else, and that's going to end up taking the bulk. So if I hit, I don't know, 50,000, 100,000 views on this video, and then I say, all right, I'm just going to I'll put $50 on it every week or so, but I'll put $250 on a new video because I got so much content. Remember, I didn't take off. I didn't stop. I didn't say, this is my nest egg. This is my lottery ticket. I'm going to just keep promoting this one and promoting this one. No, I said, this is working. I'm going to keep promoting it, but I'm going to keep creating content. So when people come to my channel, they see not just a video that was released July 3rd, 2024. They see, no, this guy produces content and releases it daily or weekly or whatever, right? This just came out September 20th. So, like I said, it's not the views. And I don't want people to get discouraged and say like, you see, you're not getting the views. You're building your channel, right? You're training your listener or viewer to have a release schedule, right? And also I'm retaining signups. So that's the biggest thing. If you look, all of my videos have the same thing: become a family member, and it has a link that directly directs them to how they could sign up. Now, I'm going to update this link because I just made a Google form, which is going to take them directly to the sign up, and it has a list of questions. And then from there, that gets inputted into a spreadsheet. So I have it within the link tree, but in order to simplify the process, why not just put a direct link there, right? So I just made it. I have to update these, and this is what you have to do on your channel. It's always a living thing. It's not it's done in stone. No, as you evolve, as you grow, as you know better, then you continue to grow. And then this is the welcome video. So I have this always pinned to the top of my channel for when new people come, they know that I'm trying to get signups. This is like my trailer, my welcome video. And then I'll have so let me see, I'll go to my page, show you what it looks like. So right now I'm live, so this is up top, but it has all the music videos that I have. And you know what, this should be edited because I just dropped a visualizer, and yeah, that needs to be edited. And see, like I said, it's a living, breathing thing. This is a living, breathing thing. So this is why, will it allow me to move up? No, I have to do it on YouTube. But yeah, this is what it is to run a channel. This is what it is to be an artist. You have to be more than just a musician. Everything has to be content. Everything has to be content. So let me see. And I don't mind you guys seeing this stuff of all these playlists or whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. This is like the biggest thing I want you to see is, yes, I'm being transparent as ever with my content. Like, I want you guys to grow. I want you guys to be able to have your channel grow, right? Surpass me. I don't care. That's not what it's about. I want you guys to be successful because I wish I had this information, and the people that do give the information on YouTube, I applaud them. Like a Curtis King or, No Labels Necessary, check out these channels and these podcasts. Like, they give a lot of great information to artists in how to set their campaign up, right? If you decide you want to go and be an artist, it's your job to like brush up on your homework. It's your job to be able to make sure you're putting out the best content. And as you can see, how your channel looks, it's going to determine the retaining. If someone comes to your channel, are you going to be able to retain them? Right? So as you can see, these 3 shows have just been birthed out of ideas, right? I run a music review. We do that every Thursday, usually 6 to 8, but I'm thinking pushing it back now from 8 to 10. And that 8 o'clock spot will just be my weekly schedule. So we'll do Thursdays at 8 for the music review. There's a form in the description. So if you want to submit, you just play your form, fill out the form, send in 3 songs. Let me know your artist name, where you're from, stuff like that. And I waive the submission fee. So everybody can submit for free right now. We're just building it up. You got to think about it. You have an unbiased ear, unbiased people and other artists in the community that gets to listen to your music from all over the world. And they let you know within the chat. They could call in. You can call in as an artist as we play and let me know what was the process behind making the song. What do you think about the rating you got? Is there anything you could do better? And you also get to help other artists, right? Listen to their songs. And it's all about an iron and sharpening iron. That's what it is. Iron sharpens iron. So we build these communities, we build these spaces so everybody can have a say, a voice per se. So we do that. This is, of course, the Music Marketing Meetup. Same principle. But this is where we discuss the analytics of marketing and music and how to build your fan base. Was episode 1. I'll be doing deeper dives into like YouTube promotion, or if I go to Meta, specifically Meta, or specifically TikTok or Spotify, or influencer marketing, right? That's something we haven't touched on, right? So, and then we have Hustle and Motivate. And this is more so a mindset thing. This is about what does it take to elevate and succeed in life. And this is just for anybody. General conversation specifically for the creative soul, because once again, this channel is based on my life and I'm a creative. So it's got to be, you know what I mean, always the underlining theme. But the biggest thing is motivation, and the biggest thing is elevating your life. I got goals and things I want to accomplish, and that's why I'm on here knocking this down. This is a part of it, because the more I grow my channel, the more that becomes a reality that I can knock down goals in my actual life. So I want you guys to do the same thing, whatever that may be. Put that work in and knock down and elevate your life. And then this is a step-by-step, like it says, a blueprint to how Nardy Global has seen success building his career. So I filmed this while I was in Colombia. I partnered up with the videographer over there, and we were just filming in the studio. This was the song FDUM. I filmed this in Cali, Colombia, and I was just in studio. So I said, hey, why not put a tutorial out and show you like how to film a studio vlog? It isn't a step-by-step. It's just for you to actually look and see. It doesn't take much. Just get a camera, just get some scenes, and now you're in the studio, and now you have a behind-the-scenes reel that you could put on your channel. This was a more in-depth look. As I said, I went through the promotion and I showed you guys dates. I showed you how much I spent when I cut the campaign off. I compared numbers for numbers. So I went over that a little bit today, but this is just more how I went from 0 to 15,000 views in less than 30 days. If you want to in-depth dive into that, you can go there. And like I said, this is just growing the channel, producing more content, and being helpful. I find that I grow the most when I offer more things, right? So there's a concept that says a closed hand can't receive anything, right? And that's just basically saying that the more you want, the more you try to hold on to things and the more selfish you are, the less you're going to be able actually to gain, because your hand is closed. You can't gain anything. Yeah, you don't let go of anything, but you don't gain anything. So me letting go, so to speak, is letting go of my insight, letting go of my knowledge. Everything that has worked for me as a artist and still working for me. I'm still fine tuning this thing, but I get a lot of people that may have come across my ad or may have come across my videos, and they'll DM me and they'll message me and be like, hey, how much are you spending on ads? How do you set up an ad campaign? How do you do this and that? So that gave me the idea to like, all right, a bunch of people are gonna ask me, why not just keep or make a video, try to explain it the best, and if they want to know, then they have a platform or an outlet to actually reach me on, and then that community can go see the question, then they can expound on it, then they can get the information from it, each one teach one type of thing, reciprocate, and yeah, that's how it goes, man. So I just wanted to touch on that. Once again, this is the Music Marketing Meetup. I will be doing this weekly, and the numbers don't matter to me. Starting out, I know it's a process. It's the same thing with music when I started, right? I didn't send the invite out. I reached out to a couple people. I told them, hey, I'm going to be live. If you want to come in, you could be in. The biggest thing about when we do these things, right? When we create this content, we are our biggest catalyst for everything. We are our biggest supporters. We are our innovators. We are the catalyst, as I said. So everything runs through us, and it's our vision. So it's on us to make it happen. It's on us to bring it to fruition, right? I want people to know that. That's the first thing. As an artist, you got to know that it's up to you to bring it through, whatever that vision may be. The second thing you got to realize is you have to be willing to invest and spend money, whatever that is, how small that budget is. When I first started running Facebook ads, I was spending $100 a month because that's all I could afford. I wasn't working at the time. I was getting like $180 a month. I had to balance that with things I needed in life. And I had $100 I could commit to running ads. That broke down to like $3.33 a day. So, that broke down to, $3.33 a day. And I made no excuses. I put the content out. I saw some growth, but it was more so about being consistent. I knew that I could run this ad. This is all I can offer, but at least I'll be able to monthly and every day say, hey, I'm running ads. I'm doing something. Because the thing about running a promo campaign is it works when you aren't. So, like, let's say you got bills, you got a 9-to-5, you got this. You can't be on your phone promo and sending out links, doing all these things. But that ad is still running. It's still coming across people's feed, and it's allowing you to be seen and get organic engagement. That's one thing I loved. When I turn my phone over and I see I got comments, ads, likes, new subscribers, people signing my links, that made me feel like it's working, right? My money is actually seeing a return. So the best way you see the return is if you have an ad, like I said, that was organically performing, and then you boost it, right? That's the best way. And it's going to take some time. Find that middle ground, go in the lab, produce that content, make it great, and you'll see the growth, right? So I'm signing off. I appreciate everybody who stopped by. Right? I hope I answered some of your questions. When you rewatch this video, or if you're watching this for the first time, please leave comments in the comment section. Please leave questions if you got any questions. Like, well, how do you set it up? What do you think is better? Can you talk about this next time? Any insight you want to offer is always going to be much appreciated. Once again, this is Nardy Global signing off for Music Marketing Meetup. And I appreciate you guys. I wish you all well. I wish you all health, wealth, prosperity, and a right mindset, the ability and the willingness to grow. All right. Until